If this is your first time or you're coming back, welcome to another episode of First Shorts, where we sit with creatives in the entertainment industry and talk about their experience making their first short film. I'm Shaka Omari, and I'm joined by my business partner.
Charles Malone.
And our guest today is a creative force who refuses to be contained by a single medium or a single continent. From the heritage of France and Madagascar to the galleries of Dubai and the lecture halls of the US, Nirina Ralantosritsimba is a true modern polymath. She is a writer, director, an abstract painter, a singer, an actress, and a doctor of French literature. Whether she's exploring the creative process in her experimental web series Scribbo or documenting a profound complexities of métissage, mixed identity, Nirina lives her life as a personal laboratory. Currently living as a global nomad and teaching creative writing to the world, she joins us today to discuss her first short film, La Crenue. Please welcome Nirina.
Thank
Hey!
you. Hello, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Very nice to see you again.
Yes, it's been a while. It's been a while. So you've been traveling for a bit. You're just now back in France, I believe, right? You were saying?
Exactly.
Cool. So welcome back. We're super excited to have you. I know that we remember we all met at the San Diego Film Festival where you premiered this short film, La Crenue. So if you don't mind, would you just give us a little bit about why you decided to shoot this story, what parts you played in it, whether it was writer, director, actor, or all three, and just how it came about, and just a little synopsis about what it's about.
I got inspired by my French grandmother. I had a very profound relationship with her since I was born. And during one of the summer, I was visiting her regularly, like each year. I brought my camera, Canon 5D, to start filming her at that time in the 2010 something, because I was such a character. I need to catch this memory. And with my brother and sister, we always had some quotes, like quoting her all the time. So she became our own fictional real life. And I started to film her, and I started to do a web series called Mon Weekend chez Mémé, which means my weekend with Mémé, which is a grandma. And her authorization, I told her, can I post this on YouTube? She didn't know YouTube, but she understood. I let her know that that's a public thing. And it started as a series of me and her during that particular summertime in her little house in Burgundy. And it was a documentary. And after that, my brother and I decided to create a fiction from this character, our Meme, grandma. And we found a fictional situation to put her in a new story. And we decided to do fiction, to hire some real actors and to create a little sample, a new sample. And to tell you the truth, this idea also came because at the same time we wrote a feature script based on grandmother. And we said, we're going to do a sample just to show the style, and maybe we can do the feature film after that.
Oh, so is this a proof of concept? I didn't know that.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
It was not all planned strategically thinking, but yeah, we were inspired by the grandmother. I shot this documentary. We enjoyed looking at the series, and then, okay, we're going to do the short because we were thinking about the future.
Yeah. And you co-wrote this with your brother, and you directed
Yes,
it?
so yeah, my brother is the producer. I'm a writer with him. I'm a director. I'm a little guest star because I have a small little role in the film, but very 1 second. And so it's about my grandmother with a great son, which is kind of my avatar, or maybe my brother avatar in the fiction. And yeah, I play with this relationship, intergenerational relationship, when you get along. Sometimes you don't get along. Sometimes you become a team. Sometimes not really a team. But it's about the love within the family.
Oh,
Nice. And this is you said you made the documentary and the short series, but this was your first directorial short narrative film.
Exactly, in a proper way, with public money, proper producer and fundings and professional actors. It was the first time. I did some short before, but more student style. But this one, the first. Yes.
Okay.
Where were you in your career whenever you were making this? Had you gone to school for this, or was this just something that came out of passion?
I mean, you mean about Bumper, this particular movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was freelancing at that time. I stopped teaching because I was a French teacher abroad in France. I stopped teaching. It was during these years of being freelancing artist and doing so many things, besides filming. So I was fully involved in creativity, and it was amazing that my brother got some money and we decided to shoot this.
Okay.
Yeah, so Shaka's he's queuing up Bumper.
And here we go.
stationnement est-il autorisé sur le trottoir? Oui, réponse A. Non, réponse B.
Réponse B.
I remember watching this in the theaters, and this actor that plays the grandma is so good.
Yeah, I love her.
And you said,
So, go ahead,
Shaka,
Charles.
just sorry. As we like watch, if you want us to pause and you want to talk about a specific scene, let us know. The first thing I wanted to ask, you said your brother secured funding. Where was that from, and how did he go about it?
Yes, he got money from CNC, which is the big center of cinema, which was very good funding and good for the life of this movie. From also an association of actors and also from a TV channel called OCS. So we got 3 big fundings.
Oh wow!
Wow. Okay.
30,000 euros total.
30,000 euros. Okay. And is that like the normal process in France when you want to make a film? You usually go through these. Okay. Cool. And with the casting, did you have somebody that came in for casting, or were these people that you knew already? Because again, the grandma is absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
Yes, I did the casting by myself, and I got this amazing. She's very famous. It's the first time she accepted to do a short film in her career. I was so honored because she did a lot of TV series in the 80s, and she's she was very famous. And I was lucky that she said yes through her agent.
Oh, wow. Okay. I did not know. And what was her name?
Marie-Pierre Cazet. She's now a friend. She's like a new grandmother to me. I really, really like her.
Then the actor, this is not your brother.
I'm sorry?
The actor?
No. The actor is not my brother. He could have been. No, he's an actor. You know what? He's the first actor I auditioned. I saw 15, maybe 20 of them. It was the first guy I saw, and I told my brother, I found him. He said, Nirina, calm down. This is the first you saw. Maybe you need to keep going. I said, okay, I'm going to keep going. But this one, I love him.
You know when you know, right? And so for this... Sorry? You're saying he actually did?
Is it okay if we talk on top of this?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he at that time, he kind of finished his acting school, which is the best acting school, like also a public acting school, Le Conservatoire de Paris, the biggest one, actually the school I would have loved to do. He was just finishing it. And yeah, he shows also the quality of his acting. And amazing human being. We are still in contact with this guy, and we give each other's news. And we really wanted to work again together. I don't know if it's going to be possible. But, it's been almost 10 years, like 2017. So. But anyway, I follow his career. Amazing. He's now directing plays, also writing. He's a very good man.
I can't think of the actor's name, the English actor's name, American actor's name, but he reminds me of, if you ever saw Arrested Development, one of the brothers in there. He's just absolutely hilarious.
His name is Hugues Jourdain. Very good, Hugues Jourdain.
Yeah, this is what I love about making, short films in our early careers. We meet so many like talented creatives and just staying in contact. You never know, Nirina. It might come back around 10 years later.
Oh, yes. Yes. Actually, the scene just now, he kind of improvised in. It's part of the scenes in a short that you didn't write, but by making the film, you say, we need to add something. And you, by connecting with the actors, say, we need to do this. We need to add this. And this, like some scenes were added on the spot thanks to him. Amazing actor to play with. The directing was so nice. I loved it so much. I love the directing so much. That's one part that I've loved the most. Directing.
And another thing I loved about the film is the production design. Did you have a production designer? Did you do it yourself?
We had a woman. I'm happy to say the woman doing everything for the design. She did everything. We talked a lot. She saw a lot of pictures, and she saw the web series based on my grandmother. We didn't really reproduce my grandmother's place, but she saw the spirit, obviously, with my web series, and she created something amazing. totally in line with my thoughts. And even better, also because we had this amazing house. And you need to know that this house was also a blessing because through connection, my brother found this house that was empty from a friend of ours who used to work with this woman, and she said, "Oh, you know, my grandparents they are unfortunately dead, but I have this house. It was all like all accessories and furniture were here." And she said, "Feel free, it's for you. I'm so happy that my grandparents' spirit is in this house and reflecting your
Oh,
spirit." So it was very. I'm telling you, there was something magical, but like a lot of time in movies. That's why we like to make movies. We like to create art, but there is something on top of it, like very spiritual. And this house had the spirit of this grandmother that I've never knew, and we added my grandmother's spirit and also Marie-Pierre, and something was happening very, very authentic here. For example, in this living room, it's not it's inspired by what was in there, plus the work of this woman, la chef déco, we say decoration chef designer.
Oh no, you can it feels lived in, you know. Again, from
Yeah.
the moment I saw it, I thought it was brilliant. Even the color palette, like everything.
Mhm.
Real jacket, color palette, real jacket from my grandmother that she's wearing, like a real jacket, and from this, the painting is coming. Real jacket from my grandmother.
That's amazing. Because I was going to ask about this location. I was like, did you pay for this or whatnot? So you answered the question. So I had a question because right now they're using Google Maps, and then before there was like a French question show. Did you have to get rights for that to use those images or videos?
Yes, I remember that it's actually in the credit. My brother had to do like I don't know what kind of administrative aspect to ask. Yes, to be able to get the pictures. I don't know how it works exactly, but we had to ask for authorization and to blur something. I think on the
Yeah, that
Google
makes
thing.
sense.
Yes, it was important to do that.
Okay.
Apparently,
Good. I was curious if it was the same in France as well as here in the US about
no,
licensing
we had to do
and
something definitely.
Mm.
It's my grandmother also robbed Rose. Yeah, so many accessories from the real life.
Oh
So a
man.
lot of the
The real
costumes.
bowl where she's drinking her tea.
So it's like she's in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. I really wanted this to be a celebration for all grandparents and all the objects that we have and that are still their life. And this movie is all about this. It's actually a dedication to all grandmothers and all ancestors.
Mm. That I got that feeling. This reminded me a little bit of like my grandparents in Trinidad. I have a question about this scene right here specifically. Right, he's running up. I want to know about the locations, like how often you had to do this. But this part right here, where the people are like waving at him, are those actual actors or those extras?
They are not good. That's a good question you ask. This scene, we shot this in very simple crew. I think we were just 3 people: the actors, the camera, the DP, and me. It was extremely cold. We had to kind of steal the scene, and these people, we
I
don't know
love it.
them. But they were so happy to see the guy missing. Obviously, he did on purpose. He had to miss it. And the people, we didn't know these people. But yeah, this is a real actor, this man.
So this guy's a real actor, but the people waving
Yes.
by to him were just complete random. Oh, I love that. That's the movie magic that I love. Those happy
Yes,
little
me too.
accidents.
This scene is my anger against the train station and the train and the strikes in France.
I was about to ask you because you made that line. I know a couple people from France, and they're always saying they're always striking, like all the time. So for me, that one, I'm just kind of like, oh, is that like a little? So it's good to know that's what you were doing. And this is her actually driving, right? Like you set up the camera on.
It looks mounted.
She's driving. She's excellent driver. The camera was not glued, but with
it's mounted.
Mais stop, arrête-toi. C'est la mémé. C'est là, je te dis. Fais gaffe.
Bah, excuse-moi, tu préviens au dernier moment.
Bon, il y a des places là, tu peux te garer. On se retrouve dans 3 quarts d'heure.
Bonne chance, mon coco. Bonne chance.
What was funny is that she was supposed to have problems to park, but she was an excellent driver, the actress. So we had to redo to fail sometimes.
There you
I'm
are.
here. This is me.
Yeah.
The
Cameo.
director cameo.
I love it. And so most of these locations, you did have to you pay for or find her.
Oui, je sais, le créneau, c'est pas mon fort.
We
Et
didn't
alors
have to pay, but we did a real search of the spot.
Ah, j'y suis allé
Mm.
carrément,
We didn't have to pay. We had to get
Ah oui?
authorization
Ah
from
ouais, je me suis lâché.
the
Inspiré. En plus, j'ai vu le jury. Enfin,
Oh,
c'est
okay.
plusieurs
And
émotions.
sometimes to block.
Ça m'étonne pas ce que tu me
what
dis.
was one of like looking
Ils ont
back,
des
one of like the biggest challenges during
Tu as quand
the
même
whole
été
thing?
bien assommé, le bébé. Tu vas y arriver, mon coco. Tu vas y arriver. Moi, je crois en toi.
The challenge were the scene with the car first, and I said, what an idea. Next time I will never shoot again in a car, like inside, outside. Oh my God. I don't know if you got this experience, but first thing. Second, winter time. You don't really see it.
Oh,
One scene, we were freezing, rain like crazy, and we were thinking, why shooting during December? Because we shot in December.
yeah,
And we said, okay,
Mm.
first and last time. That's it.
makes sense.
C'est que ça d'attendre, moi.
Yeah,
It was very
the
difficult,
weather
the weather.
element. But I know that, to be fair, it does add something to the film, like the raindrops on the windshield and like the cloudiness to it.
Agreed.
You know, especially when they're in the car and it's cloudy out, but she's so warm. There's kind of like inner warmth, even though it's like dreary outside. So
It makes it cozy inside. Yeah, this is true.
yeah,
But we suffered. I'm telling you, we suffered so much because there was no heat in the house, and outside those scenes where the sound engineer was angry. He said, "My everything will be messed up with this rain. We need to stop. We need to finish this very quickly." But anyway, but there was a very good spirit on set. Everyone was so nice
that's
and
a
so
good point
adaptable.
you
Wow.
bring up that I didn't even think. Like, yeah, for sound, you probably can't have the heat running in like a scene like this. So it's just yeah.
Have you seen the scene? It was freezing and raining.
So I did have a question on this scene, as people will see, like the bus passing here and people driving by. Again, this is all just like this right here.
Actual traffic.
This was dangerous. This was when the sound engineer and all the people said, "We need to stop. This is dangerous." Like, but we needed to catch the scene, and we didn't control the circulation at that specific time of the day. No, it was scary.
Got it.
Look at that. It was scary.
No, I love knowing this because I know a lot of times people, like we could, in LA, you can pay to have permits for them to control or close off a street or anything like that. But again,
Which is hard
you
to
know,
do for short. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
didn't close the street. We couldn't
Yeah.
because it was the main street of the small village.
And what village was this shot in? Sorry, I asked you as you're drinking.
Chevry-Cossigny, in the suburb of Paris.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and like I think one of our favorite questions too, of hearing from like different filmmakers, were there any, you know, filmmakers or movies or shows that influenced you creatively going into this?
Elle m'a toujours porté chance, cette pierre de
Maybe this is very egocentric, but it was my web series. No, I had this. No, I'm joking. My inspiration was my grandmother. I'm sure inconsciently, I'm sure I have references, but I cannot really verbalize it.
Yeah.
Because I was obsessed with her filming her. So it's all like in my flesh. I cannot really give you references for this movie. It was so personal.
I understand. I think I gave a similar answer when I've been talking to Shaka, is that like we're always pulling from something, but you don't always know what it is at the time.
Exactly. And also in the scene before, when she was in the next to her bed, she took a crystal from Madagascar. It was a little
I love that.
about Madagascar, because this is my French grandmother. I wanted to celebrate her because I know her, but I also had Madagascar grandparents, and I didn't get a chance to meet my grandmother. She died before I was born. My grandfather, I met him a little bit, but there was a little crystal about Madagascar that I wanted to put in this movie. to also talk about my other branch in my family. You know, this is the French, basically, so it's basically, yes, a French film. But I hope one day I will be able to do a Madagascar movie to so celebrate my ancestors from the other side. But here, there is a little crystal in the sea about Madagascar.
Yeah. I love that when the director you know, put something that has meaning into it, even if the audience doesn't know it, you could feel it.
Au postal, sinon, parce que j'ai votre adresse.
Oui, mais vous pouvez quand même me dire si j'ai réussi, discrètement. Je suis un cas spécial.
Je suis pas habilité à vous donner ce rapport, Madame Capel. Je suis désolé.
J'ai mis du temps, bon, mais on peut bien me laisser du temps. Hein, Madame Martin, c'est pas interdit de prendre son temps pour se carrer.
Difficult scene to shoot. The car was so tiny. You have no idea.
I was about to ask, like, was this like, did you have multiple cameras for this, or was this all just take after take after take and just reset?
We had only one camera and we did so many.
Oh, this must have been a long shoot then, because you have to like set up and then set. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oui, monsieur, j'ai 86 ans. Je voudrais bien vous y voir, vous, à 86 ans.
Well, kudos to the actors for.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, this
phenomenal.
scene, the interaction within the actors. We rehearsed this scene in my brother's apartment, in the living room, and we worked a lot about people jumping on other people in such a small space. It was very important to get the anger build up.
C'est mon collègue qui décide.
Trop, c'est trop. Ça suffit. Ça suffit.
Yeah, even a subtle reaction right there, you know, it's great job. And so in this, because I know we talked over a lot of it, this is really about him trying to get a job at the same time. His grandmother doesn't want to let go of her driver's license. And so it's like the crossing of like the youth striving for their dreams and the elderly trying to hang on to their lifestyle. I think it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And you know, the fact that she's trying to get her driving license back, he's trying to get to this school, political science. It's the parallel path of two generations with two different goals. We could say, oh, great driving license, whatever, and oh, the school that is going to decide your life. But when I did this with my brother, I didn't realize, and I realized afterwards, and I can tell you almost 10 years after, I understood what was behind, unconsciously or subconsciously, is that on the side of my French side, but also on my Madagascar side, and I guess it's the story of so many of our grandparents, the struggle to get a better life, to pass this kind of diploma. Sometimes you cannot because you're from a social path, you don't access this school or this diploma. It talks also about my grandparents trying to become a mayor, my other grandparents trying to become a doctor. It was a huge struggle, and the reason why I'm so privileged now is also because my grandparents on both sides, they worked so hard to climb, and sometimes they fail and then they climbed again. And it's just about a driving license, but I understood afterwards that it was a metaphor of fighting for life and also for the future for your descendants, me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Very much so.
So again, I remember us seeing this short and like absolutely being touched by it. And you know, it was just amazing. Again, for your first short film. A question that I think we didn't ask while it was going on is how big was your crew? You know, like did you have a lot of crew members for this, or
we were about 40 people? So yes, for a short film.
Okay,
it's a huge crew.
Yes. We had a lot of people. They got paid properly because public money. You need to give feedbacks, and
Of course.
you don't play with it. It's not just it was not a short that you do with your friends quickly. No, because we had this money from the TV channel OCS and from the CNC. We had the chance to get nice crew and to pay them according to the grid, and the cast the crew was amazing. I recruited them with the help of my brother. Amazing atmosphere on set from A to Z, and afterwards. So
Yeah, and how was post-production?
very good as well. So we did color correcting and all the sound with a sound engineer, color correcting with all these technicians outside in some very nice, great post-production place. It took some time because it was a short with public money, but the budget is not as high as a feature film. So these people, even if there are big studios and production that are able to do feature film, when they do short film, they put you not the first priority. So it took time.
Yeah.
December we shot, and June after we were finishing the process, because it's one day here and there that they allow you to come according to the financial aspect for a short film.
Oh, so it took about 6 months. Wow.
Yeah, but not full time, because one day here and there, and also the editing. It was when the technicians are available, and they put short film after feature films project, and that's normal.
So from start to finish, how long would you say the whole thing took? About a year?
So we shot in December, 1 week. Before that, 2 months of pre-production, 2 months. And we finished, and we had the movie, and I started to send it to festival June, from December.
Okay.
And we wrote before that, actually, don't know, maybe 6 months or 1 year before, but we had problems to find money. At some point, I wrote with my brother. It was so difficult to find money. I almost forgot about this movie. I was doing some other things. And one day, I think in July, Nirina, we have some money. I say, what are you talking about? Say, this movie, okay. So, okay, I jump again on the thing. It's art life, sometimes you do so much effort.
Was that money to pay for the festivals to submit?
Actually, the pace to the festival, I think I mostly did myself.
Okay.
But it was not so much the festival. But I think I did myself this. Yeah.
So we met you in San Diego. So this festival this took you all over the world then.
Oh yes. We did a lot. I traveled a lot. I took the opportunity sometimes to visit a country, a place where I know people, and then have my movie. Sometimes it was online. But yes, I did a lot. Yeah, in the States. It also came to Australia. I didn't travel to Australia. I went to Greece. I did not travel to Greece. But in America and France, I traveled all the time. Yes, as much as I can. No, actually, I didn't go to Cleveland. I went to Cleveland Festival, but I didn't go. I couldn't do it.
People in Cleveland will probably be upset, but I'll say,
yeah, why didn't you go to Cleveland? Looking back on it now, since it's almost been 10 years, I guess I have 2 questions. One is like, if you remade it today, would you change anything? It seems so emotional, so I imagine not, but would you?
No, I wouldn't move.
Yeah.
Anything.
Then, is there any advice you would give to your past self?
Keep going. Keep going. I want to just tell a little story about the actress. The actress was not supposed to be able to do this movie, because on that week of December, she was busy. And she was very upset, because when I told her the dates, I don't know what happened in her schedule. Suddenly one day she calls me back when I keep searching for grandmother. I cannot find, because I would like to have Marie-Pierre. She calls me back. You know what? Something just canceled. I can do it. And she called me back, and I can do it at this specific date. And she mentioned a specific date that was the birthday of my grandmother. Basically, it was a synchronicity. I said, what? And when she said that, it hit me like, okay, my grandmother sent me this. There is something above this movie. I know I'm connecting with something higher. So no, I wouldn't change anything. I was totally in tune with something higher than me, and I wouldn't change anything. My only thing that's creates a little bit of frustration is that I thought that this movie could bring us to the feature film. It didn't happen, to give you the answer of the first conversation we had. But maybe it was, I'm sure it was meant to be. This movie didn't need to be in feature, need to be a little sample, little jewel, and next will be something else. And I think next should be Madagascar. I need to balance the thing. I spoke about French, I need to speak about Madagascar.
So then the next one, since that's the message to your past, what are you working on now? So Nirina, 10 years to here.
Okay, actually, this is so nice to talk to you now. I'm at a friend's place, and we were actually doing some editing just before we talked, editing a documentary of creation. We call it documentaire de création. I don't know if it's the same in English, but it means that it's a documentary, very personal or maybe experimental, about métissage, about being mixed And about I am in the movie, and that's in this time I am in the movie in the documentary. And a friend of mine, she's 20 years younger than me. She's also mixed. I'm mixed from France and Madagascar, so my dad is black, and her dad also her mom is from Tahiti, but it's opposite colors. And so we're basically reflecting on our mixed origins, being from an island, me Madagascar and her from Tahiti, being also French. And how do we feel in France, because both of us we're French, and how do we feel being French and also having these other colors in our DNA? And we were actually with my friend, so a third woman, she's filming us, and it's a creation of 3. We shot 4-5 scenes in different locations, very poetically reflecting on the island subject, reflecting on our origins, reflecting also on slavery, on colonization. And we are actually right now constructing something. So it's a documentary. So I'm going back to the documentary with my grandmother. So I'm the subject this time.
Yeah. I think we connected in San Diego about this exact thing, which we will talk more about it later.
Yes, it's always floating somewhere, like the obsession of Madagascar and the origins.
Yeah, it's really cool, especially since I think there's a lot of light being shined on like multiculturalism and being biracial.
Like, I know the two of you are biracial. I am not, but I do have like
Well,
1.4% Irish. So there you
oh,
go.
hey,
We are all multiracial. Shaka, we know that. That's
I
the
know.
yeah,
thing.
but not
I
even
know.
just all multiracial. I really love this doc, Nirina. And Chaka, the overlap is you are a kid of an immigrant, though. Your mom did immigrate here from Trinidad, and I think there
Both
is a
parents,
lot
yes.
of crossover between the biracial experience and the first generation experience, because you're never fully your parents' culture enough, and you're never fully American enough, so you still are caught between two cultures. The similar way
Yes.
someone who is multiracial is caught between two racial cultures. So there's a lot of overlap.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
But Nirina, we've talked about this. As we wrap up, Nirina, where can the audience follow you? Where can they check out your web series or any of your?
They can check it on YouTube, old style. Nirina réalisateur, Nirina Ralantosritsimba. If you find my name, you will find it. The name of my web series is called My Weekend with Meme. We can maybe put it somewhere. I'm also on Instagram. My Instagram is my travel journal. I put a lot of my travels that inspires my art. Yes, that's it, I would say.
And Nirina is actually a doctor as well, on top of being an artist.
Yeah, I do research, and I'm very happy to say that my research will be very linked very soon to my artistic research, because I will do like research creation, analyzing a lot of literature from Madagascar, from French language, because a lot of Madagascar artists from the colonization wrote in French. So it's going to be a lot of tools and new subject and new content for me to be inspired to create new artworks. So I'm very happy to discover more of my other culture thanks to my language, French.
That is awesome. Shaka, that's your cue to also practice more of your French.
Yes. Like I said, what I know is je suis fatigué, because that's like my favorite phrase.
Very well said, without any accent, by the way.
Yes.
And
All right.
I guess you could follow us at OpenQ Productions on Instagram.
Yeah. As well as on TikTok, OpenQ Productions on TikTok. And then you can follow me personally at Shaka Omari on Instagram as well. But yeah, I think that's the only places.
Don't forget to check out the links both to Nirina's web series, but also the short bumper, so you can watch it without us talking all over it. And you know the YouTube deal. Like, subscribe, keep checking us out. On Thursdays as new filmmakers drop awesome shorts.
Yeah. So
Great.
thank you, Nirina, for joining us. This was great to see you again. I know it's late in France. So until next time, we'll see you all in the queue.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Shaka and Charles. It was so nice to see you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks for coming.